This is how I created my Athena-inspired makeup look, a soft, ethereal Greek goddess makeup that enhances your natural features without looking heavy. As always, every product I use is linked in the description. Let's begin. I did this soft braid because I wanted the hair and makeup to feel like one complete Athena-inspired look. The neck, collarbones, and shoulders should look healthy and luminous too. So I'm starting with the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. I apply it to my neckline first and then warm a few pumps between my palms and press it onto the face. The texture is lightweight, spreads easily, and absorbs very quickly. It leaves the skin looking fresh and luminous without creating a greasy finish. And this step gives us the healthy glow that will remain visible underneath the complexion products. The next step is foundation. This is one of my favorite products for creating natural looking skin because it evens out the complexion without completely covering its texture. So you can probably see how little I have left because I use it almost every day. It's kind of medium buildable coverage, and it can also be used as a concealer and as a bronzer, just to choose the right shade. For an extremely sheer cinematic finish, you can mix your foundation with a serum or moisturizer. But because I have redness, blemishes, and a few uneven areas, I prefer to apply this product on its own. So this gives me enough coverage while still allowing the skin to look like real skin. You still can notice some pores, a few blemishes, and some imperfections, and that's totally fine. Oh, by the way, I also blend the complexion product down the neck. My face is naturally more tanned because I spent a lot of time outside, while my neck stays lighter in the shadow of my face. Blending everything together creates a more harmonious and actually believable result. A lot of people assume this type of Greek goddess makeup only works on strong and high contrast features. I actually think it works beautifully on low contrast features too. I'm naturally low contrast, and this soft makeup, very elegant and very timeless makeup. Next, sun-kissed blush. I'm using the Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint in shade Rosy Peach. In my version of the Athena-inspired makeup, I choose a rosy coral shade because I find it flattering across many skin undertones. And I'm also applying it in the lifted triangle placement and mixing it with a boyfriend blush placement. The idea is to create a soft sun-kissed flush, as though we flew a little too close to the Olympic sun. And the original look used a stronger red blush, including across the bridge of the nose. That creates a more dramatic and editorial sunburn effect. I'll show both versions on screen so you can compare them. Personally, I choose Rosy Peach because it's softer and a little safer when I have blemishes or visible redness. But if your skin is relatively even, a muted red blush can look incredibly striking. For the most authentic effect, choose a velvety or soft matte formula rather than something extremely glossy. I also blend a small amount of blush toward the outer corners of the eyes. This connects the eye makeup to the cheeks and makes the entire look feel more cohesive. Now we can define the facial structure. I'm using the Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour Stick in Biscuit shade, so this product is almost finished and I'm trying to use every last bit because I love it so much. We are not simply applying bronzer back and forth, swiping from side to side, no. We are creating intentional light and shadow. So I place the contour into the deepest areas beneath my cheekbone and just to make them look more pronounced. And then I define the jawline and pay particular attention to the chin. And using a smaller brush, I also contour around the lips. Softly cooling down the area around the lips is an important part of this makeup because it balances the warmer blush. I also sculpt the nose, beginning near the brows and blending down the sides toward the tip. And then I add a small amount of contour to the outer corners of the eyes and along the lower lash line. This recreates the natural shadows that may have disappeared beneath the foundation stick, while also making the eyes look wider and more defined. To make this Athena-inspired eye makeup last in real life, we need to set the mobile lid with a powder product eyeshadow palette with a matte texture, which is one of the most particular neutral palettes in my makeup kit. I press a matte neutral shade onto the mobile lid using my fingertip. And this is fast, simple, and helps the eye makeup stay in place. And the goal isn't to create an obvious eyeshadow look here. No, preventing just creasing. You also can skip the eyeshadow palette and set the mobile lid with a powder. I also use a light brown eyeshadow around the lip contour. With very light, sweepy movements, I deepen the shadow around the lips and create a diffuse transition. This is one of my favorite professional makeup techniques because it helps just almost any lipstick shade, warm, cool, or neutral, doesn't matter, blend more naturally with your own complexion. Next, I'm adding Merit Flush Balm in Beverly Hills shade. This shade is incredibly unique. In winter, it appears slightly warmer. In summer, it can look cooler. During autumn, it creates that beautiful effect of cheeks that have been touched by cold air after a long walk. It's a nuanced color that I rarely see in other blush collections. So, definitely a huge recommendation. Because this is a balm rather than the traditional creamy blush, it creates a fresh, translucent glow on the cheeks. And I also tap it onto the lips just to connect the colors across the face. And using the same family of tones on the cheeks, eyes, and lips is one of the reasons this Greek goddess makeup just feels so harmonious. Now I return to the lip contour and softly build up the intensity of the same color. This makeup is entirely built on small details. There is no step where we simply apply something quickly and hope it works later. No, never. Every shadow, every transition, and every reflection has a purpose. The most technically difficult makeup is often the makeup that looks almost invisible. The next step is placing the light. I'm using the most famous, is soft and gentle of course, with a very small brush. Instead of highlighting the entire face, I'm placing controlled reflections exactly where I want the light to appear. First, I apply it to the inner corners of the eyes. This gives the eyes a small sparkle and makes them appear more open. If you don't have much visible mobile lid space, you can also apply a tiny amount close to the upper lash line just to imitate reflected light here. And the original look also included the signature highlight beneath the brow bone tip. But if you have a larger hooded area like I do, too much shimmer beneath the brow tip just can make a hood appear more prominent. Just use a very small amount and check how it looks from different angles. To complete the makeup, I use a face mist with an extremely fine cloud-like spray. Avoid sprays that release large droplets because they can disturb the foundation layer and create visible marks in the makeup. The mist just helps all the layers melt together and creates a soft veil-like glow. Also, you can apply powder on the center of the face, like T-zone, if you have oily skin or maybe combined skin. So that's it. And this is the complete Athena-inspired makeup look. Let's compare the before and after. The final result is soft, sculpted, sun-kissed, and just gorgeous. It feels inspired by a Greek goddess, but it's still wearable in real life. And actually, I like this kind of makeup because it doesn't hide your natural features or it doesn't transform you into someone else. It uses careful placement of light, shadow, and color to just enhance what is already there, right? And that is what makes this look feel so timeless. And let me know in the comments whether you prefer the rosy peach blush or the more dramatic red blush version. And that's it. Don't forget to subscribe for more step-by-step makeup tutorials, professional techniques, and verbal interpretation of iconic beauty looks. See you soon. Have a great weekend. Bye.